Genuinely, if someone had told me these things about marriage, I would have thought twice before dabbling into it. And this is coming from a woman who is in marriage for 11 years and not thinking of backing out. One thing you should bear in mind is if you see someone to tell you the truth, you are definitely going to stay long in that marriage. That is why in this video I am here to give you 10 untold truths that needs to be told about marriage. Hey beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. I am IJ and this is Love Lounge. Like I said earlier, there are a couple of things that needs to be talked about, especially for people that are about dabbling into marriage or people that are new in marriage. The very first thing I need you to know, men, she might hate you for a while after giving birth to her first child. Postpartum is not a joke. Postpartum needs to be talked about, and this has brought a lot of resentment in marriage. I need you to look at it this way. This woman is someone that has never given birth before. She has never been through pregnancy, childbirth, labor, and all those motherhood kind of thinking. And then all of a sudden she sees herself in that situation. First off, she'll be looking for a way to manage the circumstances that she's finding herself. Baby, sleepless nights, having to feed the child, attention on the child, herself, her body, the whole changes, the whole healing going on in her body. There might not be space for you in her thoughts, okay? So, and this is a time for you to actually be present and help her. The truth is, she will hate you. She will have a lot of resentment towards you during postpartum, not just this first child, because for each pregnancy, for each childbirth, it comes differently, it comes newly. We deal with postpartum with each child differently. So she might have some sort of resentment towards you, hatred, frustration, rejection. She might not feel enough for you anymore because of how she sees her body now. And that is perfectly normal. What she actually need at the time is an helping hand. She needs you to take care of the child. She needs you to be present. She needs you to be there. Okay? And it is pathetic to see or to hear it, because this is the time that a lot of men feel they need to go look for comfort in the hands of another woman. They need to go and let me just leave her to sort herself out. Let me just go and sort myself out outside. It is pathetic, it is bad, and it is inhumane, okay? The second untold truth about marriage that nobody tells you is, if you are not best friends before marriage, you might not survive the raining days. If for some reason you guys are not buddies, you are not close, friendship is what keeps you through the tides, the storms in marriage. It's very easy to lose sight of love. You see, when it comes to love is not enough to keep the marriage going. No, love is not enough. You need a lot of tolerance. You need patience. You need understanding. You need communication, and all this can come to play if you guys are friends. Okay, it is being friends that keeps you through that path, that keeps you through that stage of, those stormy, rocky stage in marriage. Everyone experiences it. Marriage is not all bed of roses. At some point, you're going to experience some hiccups, and being friends before marriage is what helps you. I know that some people actually just date for 3 months and 2 months and then just get married, and they last and they survive their rocky paths in marriage. And that is because while being married, they still put time to know themselves. They still put time to enjoy themselves, to get to know a lot more about themselves. They still put in that effort to build that friendship in marriage. Okay, so friendship is what keeps you through the rocky paths of marriage. Love doesn't. The third one is sex won't be constant. You will not always get sex when you want it, especially to my men. She will not give you sex every day. She will not give you sex immediately you ask for it. I know this, I know peace. Okay, I mean, she has a lot to deal with. Not that I'm making excuses for anyone, but it is the truth. You look into it. We go through menstrual cycle, we go through ovulation period, we go through pregnancy, we go through stress, we go through running about with the kids, we go through cleaning the house, taking care of the home, thinking of what to eat. There is a lot in our head, so which makes us actually stressed before going to bed. So when a woman tells you, I'm tired, she's actually tired. So all this affects the desire for sex and marriage. Even for the men, sometimes they go out to work all day and they come back exhausted. Sex is the last thing that will come to mind. Okay, so sex won't be constant. But being intentional about keeping romance lively in that marriage is very, very necessary. Another truth I wasn't told about marriage is that resentment actually builds in silence. Listen to me. It is important that you guys talk about those things that you are not comfortable with each other. Once one person has offended the other person, hear your view, hear your grievances, hear your opinion, let it be known. But keeping quiet about it or brooding in silence just seems like you punishing yourself. That way you're creating resentment towards your partner. This happened to me a couple of days ago. My husband actually helps me bath the kids in the morning while I go ahead and prepare lunch, prepare breakfast, and prepare what the kids are going to take to school. And then for like 2 days, he says he's tired. I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm going to sugar bath. For 3 days, I took care of the kids, bathed them, did everything, and while doing this, some sort of resentment was being built. Like, you claim you're tired. Am I the one not tired? We both come back from work late every day. I go into the kitchen, I take care of breakfast, of dinner, and I do all these other things. But waking up, and I go to bed late and wake up, be the first to wake up. And then you tell me you're tired. Am I not tired? Okay? All this was going through my head and I did not even tell him. I was mad pissed, but I did not mention it. And I just find myself not wanting to talk to him, not wanting to see him, not wanting to have any form of conversation. Because when the kids leave for school, maybe that is when he now gets up from bed and then wants to come and start forming conversation. And I'm like, you formed tired when I needed your help. You said you don't want my help, and then now you're coming to talk to me. Why? And the right thing to do at that point was to actually tell him what I felt, how I felt. But I said no. First day, second day, third day, and the resentment built. And then on the third day, I was so mad pissed that I walked into the bedroom and lashed out. This could have been avoided if I had heard my grievances the very first day. So you see the reason why resentment is being built in silence. I now have this built up anger, built up things I was supposed to just say once and then we clear it off. But because I was in silence, I didn't want to just say it, I didn't want to just talk, like I was not just in the mood to talk. It built up and it became another thing. Okay, thank God my husband is someone who is very mature, and I am also someone that is very understanding. We just swept it under the bridge and everything just went on fine. Okay, so yeah, if there is something you are mad pissed about concerning your partner, it is important that you just let them know immediately, like as it is happening. Even if you don't want to talk at the time, bear in mind that okay, maybe when you're cooled or when your anger is no longer there, you need to talk about it. You need to communicate. The next untold truth about marriage is that love won't carry you, but choice will. Why do we have so much divorce, much separation these days? Because they choose to. Okay, they choose to. The love was not there in the first place, or the love fizzled out. I think that is how I should put it. If the love was there, or it might not even be love in the first place, it might just be some sort of attraction, and then you feel, let's get married, and then they got married, and then got into marriage, and then see that, oh, this is more than I paid for, and then everybody find their way. I can't take this, and then they leave. Okay, so love is not enough. Love is not enough to keep you there. Your choice to stay in that marriage, your choice to make things work, your choice to overlook your partner's shortcomings and create room for forgiveness, create room for improvements is what keeps that marriage going. Oh, this one is really, really, really important that we know it, especially for the ladies. Your in-laws will test you. Oh my God. They are going to tempt you. They are going to drag you. I'm not talking about those that are lucky to have really, really sweet in-laws, just like me. But I have seen situations where in-laws show women pepper. I saw a video online. It was not yesterday or so, where the mother-in-law was beating this wife while pregnant. She slapped her, hit her head on the wall, and sadly, days after I heard she lost her pregnancy. And it is just so pathetic because this man, the said husband, was there when the mother was torturing his wife. And the little kids were also there. Sis, I'm going to hold your hands and tell you this. If you want to go into marriage and your in-laws are not 100% on board, they don't like you, or you sniff some sort of, negative vibe, negative energy, please do not go into that marriage. I am telling you this for free, for your peace of mind. You're not just marrying that man, you're marrying the whole of his community. You're marrying his family. It is not worth it. It is not worth your mental health. Alright, you are going to Shege Pro Max. At the end of the day, they will frustrate you out of that marriage. And this becomes much more worse if the man in question, your husband to be or your husband, is not a stand-up man. He's not a guy that stands up to them and tell them of you. See, babe, it's not worth it, okay? It is not worth it. You see this next one? It's very important. Call me materialistic, but it is the truth. Money problems will test you. Yes. There's a season for brokenness. There's a season of a little bit of lack. Okay, when things are not really, gelling the way it used to. Before you used to kill chicken each time you want to cook stew, and then it gets to a point, especially in the Tinubu regime, and I gotta say, see, be like a fish you go use or no use pomo. Let me tell you the truth. Broke seasons, they are real in marriage. Okay? And it's going to come. But you need to be prepared. You need to work twice as hard when you get into marriage. And the worst thing is that if you guys don't know how to plan and communicate, it is going to take a toll on your relationship. It is going to take a toll on your marriage, okay? When this time comes, how do we get through this period? How do we get through this stage? Okay, that is what you guys should sit down and be talking about, and not, you did not give me money for the wrecking bag, what happened? I'm supposed to buy this sashimi yesterday, why did this give me the money? I don't like eating this one, this is what I want to eat. This is not what we used to eat in our family. My father used to give me this. No, that is not the time to bring up unnecessary talks, okay? That is the time to sit down and plan. Sit down and know, how do we get out of this situation? How do we find ourselves out of this situation? Because, my dear, it is not a cute season to be in. It is not a cute time to be in. It is not a period anybody will want to experience, okay? It is a time for you to sit down, reflect, plan ahead. If you need to take on extra jobs, please do. If you need to go into fasting and prayer, soak your chaplets in water and tell God to pull you out of that situation. This is the time, that is the time to do it, and not time to point fingers and point blame. It is your fault, it is this, my husband's friend bought her this, am I using bike when my mates are riding this and that. It is not the time for all that. See, there is also a season when you begin to crave attention from other people, especially when your husband or your partner is not present. Especially when you don't get the attention that you are most likely craving. Especially when your partner is just too busy for you. As human beings, we tend to get carried away, especially when we begin to get this attention from other people. Okay, we begin to crave this attention from the wrong channel. This only makes you a man. It does not make you an evil person. It does not make you a bad person. What is bad is when you act on it instead of walking away from it. When you begin to act on it, when you begin to nurture that thought, when you begin to feed that attention, that is when you break it. That is what is not right. Okay, But once you begin to get this, it seems I'm becoming too attached to this person, you begin to withdraw, you begin to sit upright, you begin to crave attention from your partner. You begin to be intentional about being with your partner rather than getting comfort from somewhere else, because that is how cheating starts. Okay. The last untold truth that no one told me is marriage reveals a part of you you never knew was there. God. Marriage will make you see yourself and be like, who is this person? Your selfishness, your triggers, your tolerance level, you begin to see a different version of yourself that you never knew existed. Okay, that is what marriage does. And if you are not with the right partner, it becomes a problem, because when this aspect of you begin to showcase, this other person will feel like, me, I did not sign up for this, so why am I saying this? This is not what I signed up for. Marry a mature man. Hey, women, marry a mature man. Then go for women that are very mature in mind. I'm not talking about in age. Marry someone that you know loves you, a kind partner, and is empathic towards you, and choose to be with you, even with your flaws. We all have flaws, even with all your shortcomings. Okay, even you as an individual, when you discover that this part of me, and it's not cute, it's not nice, I don't like this part of me, you begin to work on that person, begin to work on that part of you that you don't want, that you don't encourage, that you don't like. Okay, so it doesn't overwhelm your true identity. I don't know if I left out any part. If I have, please let me know in the comment section. What are those things that you see in a marriage that nobody told you? Our marriage counselor does not tell you this when you are going into marriage, when you are going for marriage counseling. What are those things that you've seen in the marriage and you'll be like, nah, this is not what I signed up for? Let us know in the comment section, because a lot of other people that might want to go into marriage would want to learn from you. Okay, thank you very much once again for watching this video up until now. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.